And then inhaling those arms up to join. You can have a gentle rotate if you wish. And then giving everything a shake off. And if it's comfortable, hugging these knees in towards the chest. And just holding them here just for a second. And if you like, you can inhale, lifting the head up to join towards the knees. Just be cautious of this lower back. And gently exhaling. That head lowers back to the mat, chin tucked in. You can have a gentle rock side to side if you like. Just massaging this lower spine. And then, as we come back to center and stillness, we'll work into a twist again. So keeping these knees where they are, inhaling these arms out to shoulder height, palms facing up. Then exhale, knees over to any side. Perhaps looking over the opposite shoulder. With each exhale, just releasing into this side. As we inhale, back to center, working the core as we come up. Exhaling across to the other side. Looking over this opposite shoulder if you like. Releasing in. And then inhale. Back to center. As we take a hold of one knee only, lifting the other up into the air. So, with this knee that we're holding, just squeezing this one in just a little if you wish. As we exhale, slowly lowering the heel in the air down to the mat. Working through the hips. As this leg bends in. As we take a hold of this knee now. Inhaling the other up. As we squeeze this one in. Same again. Exhaling it down. Slowly working the core and the hips. As we inhale it in, we'll repeat both sides again. So as we hug this one, other leg in the air, gentle squeeze, exhale down. As this leg bends in, as we hold it, as the other leg goes in the air, squeezing and then exhaling down. We're not going to repeat, so just hug this knee in. You can take a hold of each knee individually as you draw them out and up to the sides of the chest. That's it. Chin tucked in. And let's just work in these hips a little. So as we exhale, can we circle them forward? They may come together. Inhaling them back in. Exhale and circle. Once more. So inhale in. Exhale and circle. Now as we inhale them in, we'll go the opposite way 3 times. So exhaling as they go forward. Inhale as they go around and back together. Exhaling them away. Inhale. And final one. they come back together. Taking a hug around the thighs this time. That helps just squeeze them in a little. You can have a gentle rock if you like. And then we're going to roll ourselves up to sit, or you can come any other way that you wish. If you're rocking up, slowly building that momentum. And then finding your comfortable seated position. That spine long and light. Using any props that you like. Just letting everything root down through the sit bones. Again, the chin tucked in. And we'll just work through the neck the way that we usually do. So inhaling up nice and tall. As we exhale, looking up, stretching the front. Every inhale to center. As we look down on the exhale. And inhaling back. And then an ear to a shoulder. As we stretch the sides. Inhale back. Exhale, other side. And we'll do one more round. As we inhale to center. As we look up. Center and then looking down. All to your breath. And then an ear to a shoulder as we stretch the sides. And final side to your time. And when we're back, to do whatever feels right. Maybe you roll the neck off. I'm not sure if you can hear the ice cream fan. Just rolling around, being sure to go both ways. As we come back, give everything a nice shake off. Maybe bring the shoulders in. We settle back and then continuing the twist, just working a little higher in the spine. Let's work into a gentle twist. So inhale, nice and tall. As we exhale, swinging the arms around, planting one in, the opposite arm maybe on the thigh. Now, before we go all the way, inhale the spine nice and long, and then maybe exhale, looking over the back shoulder. Just keep the spine nice and lengthened. Perhaps easing with each exhale, or just holding here, feeling the muscles relax. As we gently inhale, swinging it back to center. Exhaling to the other side. This other arm tucking in. With the spine nice and long. Exhale, looking over this back shoulder. Keeping the spine long. And inhale, back to center. As we get ready for seated cat. So if the legs are crossed, palms on the thighs, and if they're out in front, they can also be in the thighs. So as we inhale, curling from the base of the spine, perhaps looking up, taking this cautiously. As we exhale, curling from the base, and that head will look down. Breath by breath, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Allowing the shoulders to drop. As we make space in the discs and compress them. And only when you've worked evenly, it's coming back to your lengthened seated position. With everything long as we work our way through to all fours. Any way you like, whether it's rolling over these knees or whatever suits you. And as we come down, either having the palms planted beneath the shoulders, maybe it's the fists, and those knees beneath the hips. Before we move, just observing that spine is nice and lengthened. As we usually do, we'll work in full cat. So inhale, curling from the base as we look up. As we exhale, curling, looking down or through the legs. Breath by breath. As we feel through each of the vertebrae on the spine. And if you wish, take a nice deep bend on the elbows as you move. You can just make it a scooping light movement. When we've worked evenly, as we look down in our curved position, just sink it all back into our child, adjusting so it's comfortable for you, whether those arms are reached forward or you're on the elbows. Just allowing that chest and head to sink to the mat. Just feeling everything release down. Observing where we've worked. Into the hips, the back, neck, shoulders. Just feeling it all energized. Releasing tension with the exhale. And then when you're ready, just inhale, slowly back up to our all fours. We're going to work our way down onto their fronts, but slowly, slowly. So we'll start with a gentle back bend. As we exhale, allowing the elbow to fall where the palm was. Getting a subtle bend in this lower back. Head can be looking down. These hips are still in line with the knees. Maybe you hold here. Or you can gently walk these palms forward. And that will just lower the chest and head. The elbows can always stay on the mat if you like. Maybe reaching the arms forward. So it's almost dog. It's doing whatever variation works for you. With each inhale, finding that length in the spine. Perhaps exhaling down a little more. And then as we inhale, let's slowly walk it all back. Back up to our all fours. Give the hips a little wiggle if you like. Just doing what feels right. And then I'm going to work into a side bend. A different way than normal. So, staying in your all four position. Again, remember it can be palms or fists. And then with one leg, can we send that leg out to the side? Toes pointing forward. The spine is still lengthened. Getting a subtle bend in the hips, down this side of the leg. And then, if you wish, you can inhale. So we're going to lift the chest up to a tall position. Now I'll become headless, but it's only for a second. So, breathing in tall in the chest. Notice this front leg is still straight. Now, we're going to come into the side. Now you have two options. If you feel a bit cautious, you can place the hand down first, or if you prefer, with the opposite hand, inhaling the arm up. So that reaches up. And exhale, lowering down. Again, if you want to use a block or anything, you absolutely can. Lovely. Now the top arm, can inhale and reach. That's it. Nice big long line down the side. So we exhale. We'll just swing this top arm down. And we lift ourselves back up. Just very briefly. So we step this leg back in. We can just go straight to it. Right, I'll save you. I'll allow you a head. Half a head. Other leg out. Now adjusting for yourself. Knee straight. Those toes pointing forward. Inhaling that chest nice and long. Remember you have the option. Lower first if you prefer. Or inhale, arm up. If that reaches up. Exhaling down. Doesn't matter if it's fingertips or fists or palms. Inhale, top arm reaches. Big stretch all the way down. Lovely. So we exhale, top arm swinging down. Can we work the core as we out and meet the back thigh. Lift up. Try not to cramp. Bring this knee in. Now's the nice bit. We can just sink it all down. So you have any option that you wish. It's almost like a forward fold. These hips go back. Or you can just sink the hips back and come into normal child. But if you are tucking the chin, arms falling, the hips will gradually go back. The arms maybe reach. Whatever works for you. Sinking and lowering down. Just easing and releasing. Tuning into the breath. And then inhale. Back up. To our all fours. We get ready to come into a lunge. So, we can lift up into dog if you wish. Three-legged dog and then step through or any other way. If you're coming into dog, planting the palms, tucking the toes, inhaling the hips up. You can lift the other leg up as well. We're not holding, so exhale. Bending the leg through into our lunge. Here we are. checking this knee and ankle. Now we have the option. The back toes can be, or back knee can be down, or maybe the leg is straight. This is all your choice. Allowing those hips to lower on each exhale. And much of the weight should be in the legs, so you can almost lift the hands up. Now, if we want a balance, maybe we inhale up higher, palms on the thighs or down by the sides. The hands don't really matter. Just cautious of this lower back bend. Ooh, challenge for the thighs. Seems a lot harder tonight. Inhaling tall. And then let's sink it all down on the exhale. Oh. The back knee maybe lowers or it maybe stays long. As we get ready for a nice twist. So with the opposite palm of the front foot planted on the mat. As we inhale, opening up. Over now. If you don't need to lift this top arm. Maybe looking up. Observing the breath in this open lung. And exhale, swinging it all back down. Drop this back knee if it's still straight. Let's stretch the front leg. So as we inhale, sending the hips back. Again, doesn't matter if it's palms or fingertips. We wiggle this front foot forward. Maybe there's a bend in the knee. Let's inhale as we flick the toes up. Should feel a nice heat in the back of this leg. Now, with the inhale, it's almost lengthening the spine. Now just get into the back of this thigh. Perhaps as you exhale, maybe you lower down, maybe not. With each exhale, feeling at ease. And I think that's enough. So as we exhale again, you can just swing it all back. As we take a brief rest in child, adjusting so it's comfortable for you. Head and chest just lowering to the mat. As everything eases. And then we'll get ready for the other side. So in your time, inhaling back to or all fours. Maybe you're coming into three-legged dog, or you're coming into lunge from here. If you're coming into dog, tucking the toes, inhaling these hips up high. As that other leg lifts into the air. On an exhale, as that knee bends, slowly sinking it through. Into our lunge. Now, you've maybe stepped in with the leg straight. If you have, you can keep it. Or lower the back knee if you like. So holding it here for a few breaths. Again, checking this knee and ankle on this side. As we inhale, making space in the spine. Exhaling, just allowing those hips to drop a little. If we want our balance, inhale, ooh, lifting up, whether the arms are down, hanging, whatever works. Chest tall, hips lowering. As we exhale, swinging it all down. We plant the opposite palm from the front foot. To inhale, opening up over the leg on this side. Maybe looking up. The arm doesn't need to lift if it doesn't want to. To we exhale again, lowering down. So that back knee lowers too. Oh, and then to lengthen this front leg. Hailing the hips back. Maybe wiggling the leg forward. When you're ready, inhale, flicking the front toes up. Warming this back of the leg. And just breathing into it. Again, as you're almost inhaling, a little length in the spine. Maybe exhale, folding over the leg. And then, swing it all back when you're ready. And lower everything down again. Briefly into our lunge. No, child. Just tuning into the breath. Nice, long, deep, calming breaths. As we let everything settle and slow down. When you're ready, we inhale, back up via all fours, or to all fours. Now, as we get ready to come up to stand, but in a different way tonight, via squats. So can we tuck these toes under? Can we sink the hips back on them? Now, if you'd rather not tuck the toes under, you can just ease off. As we find the spine is nice and long. Shoulders dropping, everything settling. Nice stretch in the back of these feet. And then, can we roll over onto the toes? Now, if you want, you can stay here, or you can turn it into a squat. If you want to turn it into a squat, there's not a right or wrong answer. The feet are maybe close in, or maybe they're super wide. It doesn't matter if the heels are on the mat or not. It's keeping this spine nice and long. Now the arms maybe hang, they rest, whatever works for you. Now with each exhale, feeling these hips release. And then, we inhale, it's going to bring the palms to heart center, or close enough. Next inhale, can we send everything up? Let's power through the legs. To our stand. Just do whatever feels right. Walk it all off. Just let everything calm and release. Just finding our nice length and standing position. As everything just comes back to stillness. Not quite. Sorry, I'm a stickler for a nice line. There we go. Shoulders dropping. Let's just settle everything in our standing as we always do. As we inhale, reaching the arms up, maybe looking up. The palms come together. Exhaling everything down through heart center. Once more. And just let that settle and center the energy. His arms can fall to the side. Let's just ease these wrists off. So inhale, palms to heart center again. As we interlock the fingers. And lift these palms up in line with the eyes. And as usual, with one hand only doing the work, just start rotating. So the other hand is just following. It's being sure to go both ways. Doesn't matter if you're going slow or fast. And then, as we center everything again, back in stillness, as these fingers move along one, so it's interlocking the wrong way. With the other hand doing the work now, beginning to make these circles again. Again, going both ways. Lovely. As we slow that back down. Center in stillness. You can bring the fingers to touch. And then, from the top, I'm just going to flick the wrists down. So the hands come roughly in line here. Just flick your way down. Easing out the wrists. And what feels right when you're down. Lovely. And then we'll move into the shoulder blades. To both arms. Hailing out to the side. They reach out. Nice stretch in the front of the chest. We exhale. One elbow on top of the other. Maybe these palms interlock. Back of the palms, whatever works. These elbows up to shoulder height. Nice and firmly rooted on the standing feet. Feeling the stretch across the back of the shoulders. Now if you want, you can stay here. Or maybe with a slight bend in the knees. Let's exhale forward. Keeping the spine lengthened to halfway. At your halfway position, almost breathing in taller. Then exhale, sinking down into a fold. Just for a breath or two. As we inhale ourselves back up to stand. These elbows up to shoulder height again. And exhale as we unravel. Again, send the arms back a little. Just stretches the chest. Other side. Exhale, I think. Other elbow on top. Wrapping. Elbows up to shoulder height. Now planting these feet. So with each inhale, almost finding the length in the chest and spine. As we exhale, the bend in the knees, forward to halfway. And at halfway, inhale as we find that length. And then tipping it forward again on the exhale. You hold it for a breath or two. Inhale, bringing everything back up. That's it. The exhale, unraveling, arms down. Let's do what feels right. Maybe it's ease the shoulders. Let's be sure to go both ways. And then let's move back into the thighs. For our warriors. We're in a nice lengthened position. taking a nice big step. So it's warrior two, so the hips coming out to the side are just slightly off. Front toes forward, back toes 30-40 degrees in. Breathing in tall out of the hips, shoulders dropped. We exhale, front knee bends. Just checking that alignment. So that knee and ankle are straight. Now I'm tempted to say no. You can inhale if you want and lift the shoulders, but we've just used them a lot. If you'd rather not, let's keep a hold of the hips. I can see the option we've all gone for. So doing this, inhale, spine is tall. Exhale, almost lowering down. But what we can do with these arms instead, so we're going to inhale, we're bringing them together behind us. So you can interlock them if you like. So these palms are almost pulling down, but while the chest is still nice and tall. While working the thigh, the back bend, still an awful lot going on. Using the breath as we exhale into it. And then let's separate these palms. One elbow as we exhale onto this thigh. The back arm just wrapping around wherever it lies on the back. Again, you're almost breathing the spine in a little taller. If you want, inhaling that back arm up above. All optional. And again, optional. Front arm maybe lengthens or stays where it is. That's fine. On your inhale, let's swing it all up. You can lengthen that front leg. Arms down. And with this stance, I'm just going to shorten it a little. So probably halfway, just enough to allow these hips to point forward. Again with the hands on the hips. Spine lengthened. Now keeping the spine straight. Can we exhale, tipping forward just a fraction. Every inhale, spine a bit longer. Maybe exhale down further. Front knee can bend. Is this one all right for you, Annie?
I'm just going to stay here.
That's fine. Gentle tip. Keep it cautious. Working into the back leg, front leg. We inhale. Back up. So feet can come together. Let's do everything to the other side. So when you're ready, big step forward or back. Back toes pointing in, front ones forward, hips to the side. It's the hands on the hips to keep them level. As we inhale up tall, exhale as the front leg bends. Now, we all said no to the arms. So inhale tall. And when you're ready, you can bring these palms together behind us, maybe interlocking. So while we breathe in tall in the chest, can exhale almost as if the palms lower. Just keeping that chin tucked in as well. As we work the thighs, allowing those hips to lower down, easing into it. And then, as we separate these palms, Exhaling the front elbow on the thighs. That back arm wrapping around wherever it goes. And if you wish, inhaling that back arm up. Maybe looking up if you wish. Maybe the front arm joins it, or it stays where it is. Big inhale, swinging it all back up. Arms down. As we shorten this stance, so these hips can point forward. The hands on the hips, spine lengthened. Gentle exhale, tipping forward just a fraction. Maybe this is where you stay. Your next exhale, if you want to lower down further, you can. Bending the knee perhaps if it needs it. It's working in, allowing the front leg to ease off. As we inhale, back up, stepping it all in. Shaking off what needs shaked. As we get ready to move into our balance. So our usual tree. You can take the decision if you want a wall close. But if not, before we do, inhale as we lift all the toes. As we exhale, spreading the toes, perhaps lifting the heels. Repeating with each breath, heels down, toes up. Toes down, heels up. So working your way through all the muscles. When you next lower down, staying here, just allowing these feet to just sink into the mat. So one becomes really firmly planted. So we inhale one heel up. The leg can come out in front. Maybe you hold it or maybe it hangs. Just give that ankle a rotate off if it wants it. And then, when we exhale, this knee goes out to the side. Have the other arm as a balance. Breathing in tall out of the hips. Rooting down through the standing foot. When you're ready, tucking the foot in to wherever it goes. Whether it's up high or maybe the toes are touching the mat. Remember breathing in tall. And when you're still, inhale. So we reach these arms up, the palms together. Exhaling down through heart center. Allowing these shoulders to drop. It's finding the stillness on this side. If you're struggling for balance a little, maybe just a slight bend in the standing leg. Just help ease it all out. When you're ready, gently exhale, easing down. Planting the toes again and the feet. For the other side, Again, when you're ready, you inhale this heel up. And then lifting the knee in front, whether you hold it or not. Rotating the ankle if you did before. And then in your time, exhaling the knee out to the side. You have the other arm as a balance. Nice and tall. And if you're still, you can tuck the foot in to wherever it goes. Now, only when you've found the stillness, inhaling up, palms together, as we exhale down to heart center, and calm and stillness. Allowing the shoulders to drop, observing the breath lengthen. Observe it travelling up through the foot. You root it all the way back down. And then exhale. Gently back down. Doing whatever feels right. And then let's get ready to work our way down to the mat. Now, we have options. It's maybe forward fold and then dog. Or if you did before, or if you remember how we went up, you can bend the knees down if you like, work the core and thighs. But if we're forward folding, it's making a start. Exhale as we tuck the chin, round the shoulders, bend in the knees, sinking down. In the fold, you can hang for a breath or two. If you've gone down the other way, you can work your way through to child. If you're forward folding, step it into dog. As we plant the palms, lifting the hips up. That chest and head sink through. You can have a gentle walk if you wish from foot to foot. And then in your time, so you lower down to all fours, sinking the hips back into your child. That chest and head lowering to the mat, tuning into the breath, observing its quality now and when you began. Each inhale as we draw in energy, each exhale gently releasing. To be inhale, back up to all fours, very briefly. We work in cat again. Doesn't matter if we're on palms or fists. So we inhale, curling to look up. Exhale, curling down. Observing the difference in the spine. You can make it a circling movement if you wish. As you move through. You are circling. It's being sure to go both ways. When you've worked evenly, we come back to our flat back to get ready to come and lie down. So with the ankles crossed, coming via sit, as we scoot to the front of the mats. These knees loosely bent. We know the drill. Inhaling the arms up, spine lengthened. As we exhale, curling down as we work the core as we lower. So the last thing to come down is the head. Just being sure to have that chin tucked in again. As we bend these knees up, bring them reasonably close into the hips. It's adjusting the position so it works for you. Palms by the side, face down. These ankles close to the hips. We begin with pelvic tilting. So inhaling up slowly, just slightly. As we exhale, those hips lower down. Repeating breath by breath. As we inhale up, that small curve of the lower spine flattens in the mat. We exhale down as that curve returns. Now, you can continue working this way if you wish. Or maybe you inhale as you come up into full bridge, lifting the hips up to the sky. Not holding, as we just exhale, peeling our way back down. Doing this twice more. When you've had your 3, exhaling down. As we take a hold of each knee individually, hugging them out and up to the sides of the chest. Whether you hold them here, or you have a gentle rock side to side, it's all your choice. As we inhale, bringing the knees together. A gentle squeeze in, maybe a rock. And as we come back to center and stillness, exhale as these feet come to the mat. The arms out to shoulder height again. Your next exhale, the knees fall to any side. And a nice, gentle, loose twist. Perhaps looking over the opposite shoulder. It's observing the difference now than at the start of the class. It's feeling everything release in. Do we inhale, these knees back to center. Exhaling across to the other side. Easing in on this side. With each exhale, any tension is leaving the body. And as we inhale, knees back to center. As we lift the legs in the air, as much a bend so everything can just hang. And if you want, Maybe you stay here, or maybe you prop a pillow or a block gently under the hips. It doesn't matter if the arms remain by the sides, or down, out by the shoulders, or down by the sides. There's much a bend in these knees, they just effortlessly hang. And in your time, just bring the arms up to join them. And then maybe you give the ankles and wrists a rotate. When you've done that, you can inhale the arms up through the legs. We take a hold of the outer edges of the feet. Whether rocking or still, enjoying this for a few breaths. And then in your time, coming to lie down in your comfortable relaxation position as you unravel. And a gentle suggestion for our lower back sufferers. What may be nice, if you've got any cushions, rolled up mats usually work very well, but cushions should do the trick. You could almost put one gently beneath the feet, and the other just beneath the head, maybe the shoulders. And that just lifts everything up a little bit. Just allows this lower back to just press onto the mat slightly. It's taking your time. Settling down. You find your quiet and stillness. Tuning into the breath. Just allowing any thoughts to just drift away. Just leaving the mind calm and still. Just letting everything become loose and relaxed. And allowing the eyes to gently close. And taking a long, slow, deep breath through the nose, all the way down to the tummy. As you hold it for a moment, gently exhale through the mouth, allowing that breath to carry away any tension and stress as the air leaves the lungs. And repeat this to your rhythm once more. Just letting everything be still. Just merely observing the breath. Hearing the subtle sounds. And we'll just guide it through the body. Starting at the crown of the head. Forehead. eyes and nose, mouth and cheeks, chin, jaw and ears, front and back of the neck, shoulders and collarbone, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, left front and back of the palm, left fingers, the whole of the left arm, right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, front and back of the palm, right fingers, whole of the right arm, front of the chest, back of the chest, side ribs, mid-back, tummy, lower back, hips and pelvic floor, left hip, front and back, the left thigh, front and back of the knee, left calf, ankle, left heel, ball of the foot, left toes, the whole of the left leg, right hip, front and back of the right thigh, right knee, right calf, ankle, right heel, ball of the right foot, right toes, the whole of the right leg, the whole body, the whole body. In your time, drawing the attention back to this moment. You can wiggle the toes and fingers to make small movements. If you wish, inhaling the arms overhead, you have a gentle stretch. Exhaling down in your time. Do you hug those knees into the chest? And then gently rolling to any side. A brief moment of pause. As you inhale yourself up to your comfortable seated position, with that spine long and light. Inhaling again as we lift the arms up, palms together. Exhaling as everything comes back to heart center in stillness. As we bow our heads. Namaste.